If you've ever lost a loved one, a family member, a pet, we find out that learning anything hard or meaningful feels a lot like that same grief. The grieving happens isn't about the loss of that pet or person or thing. It's about the fact that we have to change. Our brains need to change. Because grief isn't just about losing that someone. It's really about changing what's inside of us. And when we have to change our brains, it hurts. Just like growing any muscle or building a muscle, some pain is involved in order for it to get bigger or smarter when in the terms of our brains. At A.C.E.S, we see a lot of students walk through the same emotional landscape that we all do when we learn something that changes us. Grief isn't just for loss. Grief shows up anytime we feel like we've left behind something we thought we loved, something we thought we knew, something we thought was ours. Sometimes we call it buyer's remorse. If you've ever cut your hair too short and regretted it, you have to come to terms now with your new look, your new self. So, how is learning like grief? Let's break it down one step at a time. The first stage is denial. Oh, this shouldn't be this hard. I thought I was already good at this. I don't know if any of you have ever felt that way. I remember when I first went to college thinking learning was never this difficult. Now all of a sudden, it's not the same that it was when I was back in grade school or high school. It was so much easier there because I was in a comfortable place. Your brain resists the idea that real learning takes some discomfort. The second stage is anger. Why don't I get it? Because remember, almost all anger is self-directed. Why does everyone else seem like they are ahead of me or doing better? That frustration is normal. And this is where many students consider quitting their journey because it's not as easy as they thought it would be. The third stage is bargaining. Maybe if I just memorize the steps, I can do the bare minimum and I'll get through. This is trying to avoid transformation and trying to avoid having a more in-depth understanding of the training that you're going through, especially in animal chiropractic. Depression is the fourth stage. Everyone goes through this. Depression is the key to making the decision of whether you're going to stay the same isolated person you started out as, or whether you're going to move forward into a new community. And that's when some doctors start to say, maybe I don't belong here. Maybe I made a mistake choosing this. This is what we see as the quiet quitting stage. This is when, doubt is loud and confidence is hiding. because they look around and they see what the world is telling them instead of what their inner knowledge is assuring them of. And what we recognize is learning is loss. It's a loss of certainty in what you once knew. It's a loss of identity. Sometimes it's a shift in paradigm, particularly for our veterinarians. But on the other side, a deeper confidence, a clearer purpose, a new self who knows what they're capable of. But if you've ever thought about quitting, whether you're a student now or someone who stepped away, you're not broken. You're grieving. And grief isn't the end. It's the middle of transformation. We've had a number of students who, for all intents and purposes, dropped out and came back. And when they came back, they were a new person. They were a different person than when they left class. They had a clearer vision of themselves. They had a better confidence in themselves, and they were able to complete the class successfully. The fifth stage of learning is acceptance. Okay, this is hard, and I can do hard things. And this is where real transformation begins. This is the light bulb moment for many doctors. Most of them accept this stage in lab 2, when they begin to see that they can do things that once looked difficult and now they make it look easy. When they recognize that following a protocol makes their life so much easier than trying to reinvent things on their own. But that grief leads to a rebirth, a new confidence, a new clarity, a new purpose, a new determination to succeed and help others. And that really and truly is the sign of success, reaching down to help others also succeed. At A.C.E.S, we don't just teach animal chiropractic technique. We walk students through this transformation because skill without self-trust is not mastery. When students recognize that building that community and accepting the support that is offered them is what will help make them successful, their regret fades and they begin to understand there is a process. This support makes all the difference. And community will carry you through the messy middle, the part that's hard, the part where you doubt yourself and are uncertain. You will make it to the other side. So I ask you, what do you think you need to do next? If you're a doctor who's considering an animal chiropractic practice, what has helped you in the past to move forward? Have you ever walked through some of these steps? Depression, anger, grief, denial. Maybe not in the same order, but maybe you've been through some of them. And then what helped you move forward? At A.C.E.S, we invite doctors to a community of animal chiropractors. We invite them to join Mastermind from the moment that they register for class, where they can build a community of like-minded doctors who can help them through those times of trial. There are some doctors who go on to develop the cutting edge of animal chiropractic. Those doctors work through Insider's Edge, a once-a-month meeting where they learn how to help direct their practices and make their practices more successful and help others do the same. So tell me, what do you think you need to do next?